Hello. Okay. Okay. The screen is visible, na? All of you. Hello. The screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Last day we discussed the starting or the base equation or the base condition. Base condition. This is the condition of raised cosine pulse. This was the condition of raised cosine pulse, and this is the expression in time domain of raised cosine pulse, where I told there is some important parameter which is known as alpha, which is named as raised cosine, roll-off factor. Okay, depending on the values of this alpha or roll-off factor, the shape of the pulse will change. So today we will see that how, depending on the value of alpha, the shape of the pulse will vary. Now see. Now PT, that is in time domain. If you are applying Fourier transform on that, you will have PF. That means P3T is converted into P3F in frequency domain. If you are applying Fourier transform on P3T, all of you know this one. So after applying Fourier transform, some standard equation. This is a big one. Big standard equation is there. So it is coming after applying Fourier transform on P3T. We are getting P3F in frequency domain. So this is nothing but the frequency response of the raised cosine pulse, frequency response of the raised cosine pulse. Now depending on the value of alpha, how the shape of the pulse is changing. First condition we are taking, that case 1, the value of alpha is in between 0 and 1, whatever the value is, in between 0 and 1. Okay. Suppose I am taking any value of alpha and try to see this first condition. Now, what we are doing, very minutely listen this thing. This condition I have written here. This condition I have written here. 1 minus alpha by 2t. This thing we are separating out in this way. 1 by 2t minus alpha by 2t. That means the value of frequency is less than the value of 1 by 2t. Value of frequency is less than the value of 1 by 2t. Some value it is, but which is less than 1 by 2t. So we are trying to draw a line. This is the line. This is the origin. This is 1 by 2t some point. Sorry, plus 1 by 2t. This is minus 1 by 2t. This is your frequency line. So value of frequency is less than 1 by 2t from this expression. That means it is somewhere in between 0 to this, in between this. I am taking here the value is. This value is your, this one, this value. 1 by 2t minus alpha by 2t. Okay, you see mod is there. Mod means plus and minus, both sides. Mod of f means plus this term minus this term in the bracket, suppose. Plus minus. That is your actually f. So positive side we have some value, and minus of this term means minus 1 by 2t plus alpha by 2t. Some value here also, negative side also. So this is one value and this is one value. So these two are the value of this frequency mod of f. So in this range of frequency, this is the range of frequency. The amplitude value of the pulse will be a constant value, which is suppose t. So that is the constant one, which is t. I think it's clear. If not clear, you can ask here in the chat. Again, I am repeating the same thing. This is frequency mod of f. Mod of f means this whole term along with plus and minus. So plus this term minus this term, the same term. And we can see that the value of frequency is less than 1 by 2t. So I am considering somewhere here, negative side also I am considering somewhere here, the value of frequency. So this is one value, that means plus, due to minus this value is coming, and in between this constant amplitude of the pulse, that is t, which is your now this one. That is the first one for the first condition. For the second condition, this is the second condition. Second condition under case 1 only. Remember that value of alpha we are taking in this range. Value of alpha we are taking in between 0 and 1. So, second condition, case 1. See, this whole thing is coming by applying Fourier transform on P3T. Just I told it. We are applying Fourier transform on this pulse and we are getting P3F, time domain to frequency domain. So if you apply Fourier transform you are applying in the MATLAB, it is possible to apply, but derivation is very large derivation. And that is not, you need not to do. That is why or you can find in all the books that only derivation is there, no derivation is there, only expression is there like this. So that is the first case. So alpha is used to change the shape of the pulse. Okay. And the range of alpha I am considering in between 0 and 1. I don't know the value. So whatever the value of alpha here, it may be 0.2, 0.3, 0.5, whatever the value is. Whatever the value of alpha, whatever the value means in between 0 to 1. This frequency value will be less than this or not. This frequency value will be less than this term if you are putting the value of alpha anything in between 0 to 1. So that is the thing I am considering here. This is your frequency line. And I am considering that 1 by 2t is the case here. 1 by 2t, this 1 by, due to this 1 by 2t, some 1 by 2t point is here. And the negative side also some 1 by 2t is there. So if the frequency value is less than 1 by 2t, so it is somewhere in this range. It is somewhere in the negative side also, it is somewhere in this range. That means suppose it is here, suppose it is here, suppose. Because I don't know the exact value of alpha. And that is not required for the explanation purpose. That is not required. The exact value of alpha. Just you understand how the shape of the pulse is changing depending on the value of alpha. So in between this value plus this minus this, that means in between this value, in between this range, the pulse amplitude is your T, which is a constant one. That is your this one. Is it okay? Just I'm considering the value of alpha in between 0 to 1, and we are putting that value. We are putting that value in this expression, whatever the value is, and we are just looking that the frequency, this frequency is less than this value. That means this is the, if it is the frequency line, so this frequency value is less than 1 by 2t. So somewhere we are taking this point. So that is the first one. First, under case 1, first condition. Next one is that whenever the value of alpha is in between 0 to 1, then you put that value of alpha in this here. Okay. Now you see two things. The value of frequency is greater than 1 by 2t. Clearly understand. Greater than 1 by 2t. Because 1 by 2t plus this term is there. This, how this is coming? This is coming from here. Okay, this is coming from here. See, 1 by 1 plus alpha by 2t, that is nothing but this one. 1 minus alpha divided by 2t, that is nothing but this one. Now, the value of frequency. Now, suppose I am taking only this part first. So, the value of frequency is greater than 1 by 2t because plus term is there. And mod is there again. So, what? Nothing but put some bracket. The value of frequency will be put some bracket. Plus minus term will be there. That means value of frequency is greater than 1 by 2t. So this is, if it is your 1 by 2t, this point, so it is more than this. Somewhere here I am taking. If this point is your 1 minus 1 by 2t, so somewhere here I am taking. So this value is your, this one. Minus of this means this one. Both sides. Mod gives you both side of the origin, some point. Mod gives you both side of the origin, some point. This one is the point, this one is the point. For both sides, you can see that this point is more than 1 by 2t and this point also more than 1 by 2t of alpha. This I got. And the next case is this one. If I am taking this part. So again, frequency value is less than 1 by 2t. So somewhere here. Again, less than 1 by 2t in the negative side also. So somewhere here. So this point, now see this point and this point, we can join by this equation. This part of the equation. That means when this condition satisfies, this is the condition, the second condition. When this condition is satisfying, at that time, the pulse shape will depend on this equation. When this condition will satisfy, that time pulse amplitude or shape will depend on this value. When this condition satisfies, then the pulse value is your depending on this. That is 0, nothing but. That means when it is 0, when the value of frequency is more than 1 by 2t. That means after this point, the value of the pulse amplitude is 0. This is the interesting contribution of alpha. Thanks. So this is the point, and this is the point above which it means what? The value of frequency is more than 1 by 2t. This side and this side, from this point, that means there is no pulse, because that is why 0. So what we can say, this is nothing but this expression is nothing but the frequency response. So we know that in the case of frequency response, there is some stop band, there is some transition band, there is some pass band. In that way also you can explain. Okay, so this is the case 1 and 3 different conditions of the P3F. So in that way, the pulse shape is changing. For the next same expression P3F case 2, suppose. Okay. Case 2 is nothing but the value of alpha is 0. We are considering in case 2 the value of alpha is 0. That's all. So if you put this value of alpha, in this equation, we can see that first case only satisfies. We can see that frequency value will be in between. This is 0. So in between 1 by 2t, plus side and minus side of the origin. That is f will be equals to plus minus 1 by 2t. If I omitting the mod, or mod of f is nothing but 1 by 2t. If you are putting the same value of alpha 0 in this equation, also the same thing. If you are putting this alpha is 0, the same thing we will get. So when the value of alpha we are going to put in this equation, or in these conditions, this condition, this condition, and this condition, you will have a pulse looks like this. I have not drawn this one. You have better to draw. This will be your 1 by 2t. This will be minus 1 by 2t. And this amplitude value is t. This line is your f. This is f. That is why this is 1 by t. Hello, Dhiraj. Don't mark. I have seen. This is P3F pulse. So this you can draw for the case of 2, case 2. For the case 2. Okay. That means it's very simple. If I am going to put the value of alpha as 0 in the same conditions, 1 minus alpha by 2t, 1 plus alpha in the same conditions, then you will have a pulse shape like this. Okay. So that is the condition here we have written. That is the condition here we have written. आज ना गलती से हुआ है, उस दिन कौन कर रहा था? Okay. So this is the condition you will get when the value of alpha is 0. Okay. Now one term we are going to introduce here, that is your this kind of I think. If you just try to understand, very interesting case. This kind of pulse is known as brick wall spectrum or brick wall pulse. Spectrum, why it is a spectrum? Because we are discussing in time frequency domain. Whenever we are discussing something in frequency domain, that time spectrum word you have to use. So this is your spectrum, which is known as brick wall spectrum. Important term, sometimes asking in the exam, what is brick wall pulse or spectrum? Okay. At that time, you have to explain a little bit of this thing, raised cosine and case 2, only case 2. You write down. Okay. Sometimes it is asking that explain the or what is brick wall spectrum. At that time, just you write down the P3F, the expression that this expression you write down and explain the case 2. Just to tell the case 2, this one, and these expressions you will get. Draw this kind of some pulse, and this is nothing but your brick wall spectrum. Okay. The next thing is that whenever the case 3 means the last case I am taking, that whenever the value of alpha is your 1. This is also quite good when the value of alpha is 1. Again, I am going to put the value of alpha in this equation. Whenever this is 1, so 1 minus 1 by 2t. So the frequency is 0. So at frequency 0, that is your origin, this is your frequency line. At this point, the amplitude of the pulse is t. So somewhere here t is present, suppose. Okay, that is the first case. Remember, value of alpha is your 1 now. Next, put the value of alpha here as well as here also. So if I am putting value of alpha here, same, the frequency is your 0. And if I am putting the value of alpha here, at that time the frequency will be plus minus 1 by t instead of 2t. It is 1 by t mod. So plus minus is coming. That means here 1 by t term, here also minus 1 by t term. Due to this, that means this condition gives you this point. This condition also gives you this point at the value of frequency 0. We have something here at the value of frequency 1 by t. That means these 2 points. We have this kind of some expression. This expression gives you joining of these 2 lines, these 2 points in that way. So again, you are getting something, some pulse, with some shape. Whenever the value of alpha is 1, here also, here also, at that time frequency is greater than 1 by t, both sides due to the mod, and then P3F is 0. That means this side is 0, this side also it is 0. So now the pulse is only this much of this. This is the pulse now when the alpha value is your 1. These 3 are the cases we have to explain for raised cosine. So these 3 cases means what we have taken. We have taken the first case when the value of alpha is in between 0 and 1. When the value of alpha is your 0 and the value of alpha is 1. So when the value of alpha is in between 0 to 1, you will have this kind of some pulse. When the value of alpha is 0, that time you will have brick wall pulse, some rectangular pulse kind of thing, brick wall is. And when the value of alpha is 1, at that time you will have something like this. So these 3 are the different shape of the pulse depending on the different values of alpha or Roloff factor. Now the diagram that you just see, this is the diagram. This is the diagram. Okay, now see, this blue line is the for this blue line when beta is 0. This sky blue line we are getting when 1 by minus 1 by t plus 1 by t for this sky blue line. The red one, the value of alpha or beta. Here it is beta. This plot I got from my MATLAB coding. Okay, this plot I got from the MATLAB coding, and in the coding I have used the beta instead of alpha. Okay, that's why. So both are nothing but Roloff factor. The value of beta is your 0.5 and 0.25, which gives you red color line. This one. That means this sky blue line is giving you when beta or alpha is 1. Red line that is giving you 0.5, 0.25 and 0. In that way, the shape of the pulse is changing. So this totally blue line, this one is nothing but the brick wall pulse. This line is nothing but the brick wall pulse. So I think it's okay. Class will continue. Wait. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Sir.
Hello. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is the case. Already I discussed this part. The significance of alpha or beta or rule of factor. As we are increasing the value of alpha, okay, then we can see that as we are increasing the value of alpha from this diagram, from this diagram or from this diagram, what we can see that the brick wall pulse is not a brick wall pulse, it is changing its shape, and it is this line, a sky blue line, this one, like that. So that kind of shape, this kind of pulse is possible to realize. Realize means possible to generate, that's all. This kind of pulse is possible to generate when that means what I mean to say actually, brick wall spectrum, this kind of thing, where sharp edge is there. Sharp edge is there. There is no transition. This is difficult to generate. That means to generate this kind of pulse, you must have a filter which must have sharp cutting nature. That means you are passing some pulse through a filter. Understand the thing, what I'm telling. You are passing a pulse through a filter. That particular filter must have frequency response, this kind of, which is having some sharp cutting nature. That is not possible to realize practically. Okay, always, if this kind of pulse is there, that means some transition nature is there. It is possible to generate. So that transition nature of the pulse, how we will get? As we are increasing the roll-off factor value towards 1, as we are increasing the value of alpha, then only we will get this kind of transition, instead of getting some sharp cutting brick wall pulse. So that means our target is to increase little bit, not much more, little bit we can increase the value of alpha, so that we will get a pulse which is not a brick wall pulse, which is having little transition, like this. This much transition is there. Okay, how to get this kind of pulse? By increasing the value of alpha. That is why the first line, by the increment of value of alpha, filter becomes more practically realizable, because sharp cutting nature will not be there. That is the first one. Second, as we are increasing the value of alpha, bandwidth will increase, bandwidth requirement will increase. That is coming from this one, this expression I told, this one, this excess bandwidth, this expression is there. See this one. As we are increasing the value of alpha, required bandwidth will increase. Required bandwidth will increase. I am telling again and again the same thing. The bandwidth is the costliest item, costliest thing. So effectively we have to use. So as we are increasing alpha, and the requirement of bandwidth also will increase, so that is not the desired thing. Okay, that is not the desired thing. Class will be disconnected. Again, I will continue. Okay, as we are increasing the value of alpha, bandwidth will increase. So definitely that is not the desired thing. But last I told this thing, again I am telling. But as we are increasing the value of alpha, shape of the pulse is changing and ISI will reduce. Important thing. As we are increasing the value of alpha, requirement of bandwidth will increase, but increment of value of alpha will give you the good thing also. What is the good thing? Reduce ISI. That means required bandwidth is increasing. That is not the desired thing, but ISI will reduce. That is the desired thing. So what we have to do? We have to use some adjustment, some trade-off between ISI and the requirement of the bandwidth, so that both the things we can maintain. So in that way, you have to choose the value of alpha. Definitely, this thing depends on the practical application. Whenever we are going to design something, that time you have to choose the value of alpha. What value we should take for this application? So some optimized value of alpha you have to consider. Optimized value of alpha we have to consider. So in the industry level, where they are designing a sync function, sync pulse, they are practically thinking that what should be the value of this alpha depending on the application. Definitely depending on the application. That is important thing. In some cases, noise should not be there. But in some cases, okay, we can allow a little bit of noise. Okay, in FM, okay, we are allowing noise because there is an entertainment thing. So, okay, little bit, if noise is there, no problem. We are trying to restrict the bandwidth. But in the case of defense, in the case of satellite communication, we are very much concerned about the bandwidth. Particular bandwidth you have to use. There should not be any noise. So at that time, you have to the choosing. You have to choose very accurate value of alpha so that both the things will be maintained. There should not be very huge amount of ISI, as well as required bandwidth should be also very low, because if bandwidth will increase, then definitely the required power also will increase. So this is this is the impact of alpha on communication, impact of rest role of factor on the designing part of the communication system. So this PDF is over now. You just go through the PDF properly, write down the things on the copy, then only you will understand. If you're not understanding, ask me again. Okay. So one more thing, this is the next topic is DO binary pulse. The DO binary pulse is this one. The explanation I told last, again I am telling. Just now I told the same thing, that increment of value of alpha will give you the desired thing, which is less ISI, but undesired thing, which is required bandwidth, also will increase. So I have written one line here. We have to make some trade-off. Trade-off is nothing but the adjustment between two different parameters. So we have to make some trade-off between ISI and bandwidth so that we can use bandwidth effectively, because it's a costliest item. Allowing a small amount of ISI, important term, allowing small amount of inter-symbol interferences. So that allowing a small amount of ISI is known as controlled ISI. Controlled ISI. Okay. So this type of coding, definitely it's a coding. By some coding technique only you can generate some pulse. So this type of coding is known as correlative coding. This term sometimes asking in the exam. Correlative coding. Okay. So 2-3 different codings are there in your syllabus. I will discuss this DO binary. This kind of pulse is generated by this kind of coding. Okay. So DO binary pulse, the topic is now.